Black Friday in FC26 isn't what players think it is. It's not a reward window, it's not an opportunity, it's the weekend where the system collects. Every year, the same pattern plays out. You tell yourself you'll be careful, you set limits, you promise this time will be different. And a few hours later, your club is emptier, your balance is lower, and you're not even sure what you got from it. Because Black Friday isn't an event. It's a release valve for all the pressure the game's been building into you for weeks. And most of that pressure isn't emotional, it's behavioural. And the truth is, the game has been setting up this moment from the very day you launched your club. In the last episode, we looked at how FC26 disguises addiction as grinding, stretching effort into a routine so familiar you stop seeing how much it's draining you. Black Friday is where that routine gets converted back into value. Not for the player, for the system. You don't walk into Black Friday neutral, you walk in primed, and the priming starts early. The menus get louder, store tiles hint at big offers coming, creators preview content, chats warm up, and you hear it everywhere. Save everything for Black Friday. That simple idea shifts your behaviour. You hoard packs, you stockpile fodder, you play a little more to prepare. You invest effort before the promo even exists. That's the beginning of the switch. When the promo finally hits, the first thing you notice isn't content. It's time. Countdowns, expiry banners, lightning rounds, timers pulsing at the edge of your attention. This isn't aimed at your rational brain. It's aimed at the part of you wired to treat disappearing options as danger. A pack that expires in 30 minutes isn't a product, it's a test. Are you the kind of player who takes opportunities, or the kind who hesitates? The timer keeps asking that question until you answer with coins or points. Scarcity stops being a feature, it becomes a challenge to your identity. But the reason Black Friday hits so hard is because you don't enter it empty. You enter carrying weeks of sunk effort. You've played rivals, you've survived champs, you've done objectives, you've saved every pack. You've organised your club for the big one. So the question stops being, do I want to take part in Black Friday? And it becomes, after all this effort, how can I not dive in at the deep end? Your past grind starts arguing on the system's behalf. And then something even more subtle happens. Black Friday reframes spending as something you've earned. If you've saved for weeks, opening now doesn't feel like consumption. It feels like payoff. And that's one of the cleanest tricks of the weekend, turning restraint into fuel for release. There's another layer players rarely recognise. Black Friday is one of the only weekends where EA spikes the power curve. Not through improved odds, those don't budge, but through inflated reward framing with stronger cards, louder menus, and amplified FOMO. It's designed to feel like the moment. Not because probability changes, but because the environment shifts just enough to make restraint feel foolish. This is EA preparing the psychological landscape for the next big batch of content set to hit the stores when the Christmas crowd arrives. It's not chaos, it's calibration. And when you step outside the menus, the pressure doubles. Creators stream for hours, timelines flood with insane pack pulls, chats light up, and even people who complain about the game show up just to see what they get. Black Friday becomes a public ritual. It normalises the behaviour, it makes silence feel strange. When everyone is posting their results, Having nothing to show feels like failure. You're not being forced to take part, it just feels easier than staying out. And then the big moment arrives. You open what you've saved, your expectations surge. This is it. If I'm ever going to hit something huge, it's today. But the odds are the odds. They don't magically adjust to match the story. So, to compensate yourself, you might give yourself permission to complete one of the big Black Friday SBCs. One that looks great now, but in a fortnight will be at the edge of the power curve. Most players walk away with a club that's lost its fodder, a coin balance that's usually lower, and a feeling that they got nothing, even though the outcome was exactly what probability predicted. Your brain logs that discrepancy as unfairness. It was Black Friday. I should have had better luck. That feeling doesn't fade. It bleeds into the next promo, and the next, and the next. It fuels the idea that your account is cursed, and that belief becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. We'll break that down properly in the next episode. So what does Black Friday actually cost? Not coins, not points, not your club. Those are surface losses. The real cost is psychological. It drains your confidence in your decisions. It compresses a month of emotional swings into one weekend. It turns your club into a scoreboard for self-control instead of a football game. And it shifts your baseline for the rest of the cycle, so even small promos hit harder. Once the baseline shifts, the game doesn't need to push you anymore. The ground has already been softened. Black Friday is the clearest window into EA's behavioural engine, a moment where urgency, scarcity, sunk effort and social pressure converge to make just one more feel inevitable. So how do you protect yourself? Set a real limit before the menus change. Coins, points, time, write it down. Because once the promo hits and the assault on your senses begins, your brain becomes the least reliable part of the process. Open everything in one deliberate session, then stop. Don't drip feed packs all day waiting for a better one. And stop asking, did I pack anything insane? Ask, will I be okay with my decisions tomorrow morning? If the answer is no, the problem isn't the pack, it's the expectation. In the next episode, we'll break down one of the most persistent beliefs in FC. Why your pack luck always feels worse than it actually is, and how your memory gets weaponized against you. Once you understand that distortion, Black Friday stops feeling like fate and starts looking like what it is. A system designed to work best when you forget how it's built. Thanks for watching.